Alright, Regal Lance, I'm gonna be honest with you, this mission is gonna be tough. We've only got a few avenues for attack, and the place is gonna be tightly defended. They've got a number of bots around the place, all varying in capabilities and weight, and they've got a turret network. There are control towers for the turret network, but they are redundant. There's at least 2 of them, and we think they've got mobile turrets out there on the front. We are the heaviest, most experienced assault unit available, so it's going to be up to us to sweep out all the defenses, then let Colonel Jackson's forces come in to pick up the pieces.
Of course that don't mean we're gonna make y'all do all the work. We just had this Nova Cat sitting around since y'all didn't need it, so I hope y'all don't mind that I thought that somebody ought to pilot this thing when we do need it, and I am the best pilot I know. Well, we're not gonna turn down help for a big mission. Rico Lance, engaging.
Once you're ready to move from that position, head west and attack from that vector. There should be fewer stationary defenses there, and you might be able to take down one of the turret networks.
I hope your ass has not spread out too much from all the sitting around and doing paperwork, Colonel Jackson. Yes. Well, I don't know, Private, but I'm sure y'all are an expert on what it takes to be a good ass.
Let's try to maintain a focus, guys.
What are the odds that we might be able to lure the enemy out of the base towards us?
That's not a good idea, senor. I'm showing catapults, vultures, Uziels. They're not faster than you, they've got long range, and they'll surround you. Better to just hit them head on, as terrifying as that sounds.
Okay, well we're wrapping up some scouts and some forward mobile turrets. So hey Jordan, how big is this prison anyway?
It's probably one of the largest in the region. We're expecting to rescue about 2,000 to 3,000 people.
2,000 to 3,000?
It's an underground complex, so you'll just see the tip of the iceberg. We're gonna need infantry to go in and sweep the area afterward. But yep, that's what our estimates say, 2,000 to 3,000.
Well, they can't possibly be using all those people to pilot robots. Unless they are proficient in the forbidden arts of the clown car. Yes.
Well, the Oligopomart prison system is unique in the fact that every prison is a franchise.
What do you mean the prisons are a franchise system? You mean like the government's owned by McDominance?
Kinda like that, yeah. McDominance rents out a license that allows a planet to say that it's a Mechwarrior. That comes with all the benefits and drawbacks, of course, of being a franchise of McDominance. Oligopomart does something similar in that it rents out a license and the prisons are technically privately owned. However, Oligopomart has so much influence over the franchise that basically they're in complete control.
Well, that just sounds needlessly bureaucratic. Well, of course, yes. This is the suffering bestowed upon all who suffer beneath Oligopomart. That is why we must prevail, so we may replace their bureaucracy with ours. Yes. Hey, if y'all are open to suggestions, can I recommend that when your people fill out your paperwork, you provide them with a lollipop? I say this coming from experience of having filled out hundreds of lines of paperwork, and never felt like I ever got a darn thing out of it. I guess we can keep an open mind.
The thing about Oligopomart's bureaucracy is that it provides a layer of insulation between Oligopomart and the gross human rights violations that occur in these prison camps. Basically, it lets them tell the franchise to do terrible things, and then when they get caught, they say, oh, it wasn't us, it was the franchise.
You know, I get the feeling there is a lot that we could all learn from Oligopomart, yes. But then, there is so much more we can destroy. We're coming up on the base, and I'm seeing a lot of hits on radar.
I'm seeing a few cold fusion startups, senor. Looks like the base is waking up, and they're gonna be ready to rumble soon. Just get in there and start hitting stuff before they come at you in force.
Do we have a fallback plan?
Yes, the fallback plan is to fall back. Just don't get in a panic and try to fall back through the front door, senor. Otherwise, you'll run into about 100 stationary laser turrets.
Do we have a backup fallback plan?
Okay, Sydney, the backup in case retreating doesn't work is to complete the mission successfully.
Okay, but just... never mind, I'm sorry. I'm being silly. Yeah, we have had a heck of a time with y'all and your self-confidence problems. I know. If I knew how to get over my anxiety and low self-esteem, I would do it. Well, we'll just keep on drilling it till y'all can fake it. Colonel Jackson, I don't mean to contradict you, but I've spent a lot of time around you, and you're not really my commanding officer. And would you mind if I could just be comfortably insecure and not have to constantly worry about what you think all the time, because it makes me more insecure? And besides, on top of that, I feel like fake confidence is a whole lot more insecure than just being insecure. Colonel Jackson is not our real mom. Yes. Well, Regal 2, I'm glad you spoke up to me and got a bit of your real personality to shine through. But because you spoke back to me, there's gonna be punishment when you get back to the base. As for Regal 3, y'all are gonna get punished regardless. I'm always getting punished for nothing. Yes.
You guys are awfully chatty for what we expect to be a really tough mission.
It's actually going over really well so far. They seem to be pretty disorganized and weren't ready for it, so they're running at us one at a time, and we're taking them down as they get in range.
That's good to hear. Man, I'm proud of you guys. Regal Lance, you come a long way. I'm just watching lights blink off the board here. You're doing great. I wouldn't be surprised to find they're dealing with a riot on the inside of a prison. Now would be a perfect time for that sort of thing, and it would save us a lot of trouble.
Looks like the cavalry showed up. I just got jackhammered with a ton of missiles. Well, I just took sweet vengeance on one of them for you, darling. Let's close in on them and prevent them from taking advantage of that long range of theirs. Man, there is nothing scarier than a full lance of assault bots. Another blip goes off the radar. We are a wall of death. The earth shakes where we tread, and the enemy trembles and prays for salvation.
And boy, do we know what it's like to be in those shoes.
It's terrible. And I still tremble and shake at our approach, too.
It is okay, Sydney. Yes? For whatever front we menace our own safety. Python is beside you. Yes. Well, that's it. I don't think I see much of anything else moving towards us. I think we cleaned up the response.
I can confirm that, senor. I showed 2 more catapults still active, and I've got some cold fusion startup activity. Can't really pinpoint where, but not much going on. You pretty much got it all sewn up. Good work, Regal Lance. Go ahead and move into the base proper. Take down or cripple any bots you see that haven't powered up yet. Wipe out those catapults and bring down the turret network. Oh, hey, senor. About that prison riot situation you predicted? I'm getting some short-range communications from one of the prison blocks. Up at the north, it looks like they've taken over. See? I called it. Tell them we're gonna come in with some cargo tracks and get them out of there. Is there anything they want for support? Hang on, senor. Give me a second. I'll check into it.
Looks like there's another Uziel prowling around. Maybe he just woke up. Also, Colonel Jackson, your bot's not looking too good. Yeah, the Novacat has a reputation for being modular and cheap to repair, but it's a little bit softer than I expected it was gonna be. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got a lot of armor, but it's also got a lot of sensitive internal systems. Well, we're almost done. Just hang in there. I think I might have made a mistake when I removed this thing's heavy particle cannons. I replaced them with a battery of medium lasers, so I gotta be a little bit close to the front to make use of them. Thing is, I'm pretty sure this bot's armor is built to handle variants of itself, because it's really spec'd to deal with laser weapons. All these missiles have been pretty hard on me. Okay, senors, so I got some news from my prison riot. It looks like they've got everything pretty much on lockdown up there at the north. They're trying to get control of some of the automated systems, but they can't figure it all out. They've got the repair bays, so we can make use of those if we find one, but the turrets up there are still gonna be operational. Okay, well, the catapults are down. We've taken care of the forward laser defenses. That means that all that's left are those guard towers.
I'm still showing some reactor activity, so somebody's still trying to power up their bot. Just keep an eye out for them. I don't think one guy's gonna make a big difference.
Roger. We've got a sweep on the guard towers at all our nav points except those at the north, so we'll go ahead and head up there now. Well, there is our little friend, yes. There is some measure of irony in the fact that the final remains of this place should be a vulture, yes.
You ought to appreciate the gumption required to try to stop us, I suppose.
But maybe he just feels like he has to do it.
Well, whatever the motivation, target down.
So, Regal Support, I recollect y'all said we had access to repair bays, but I'm only seeing one. That kinda puts a damper on my parade, you know. Well, sorry, senor, but if they only got one, they only got one. Just finish off those guard towers, then get repairs in sequence. Regal 1 through 4.
Now come on now, I'm at the back of the line here.
Everybody's dinged up and there's no rush. Besides, your people are gonna be coming in here any second.
Uh-oh. Hey, Jordan, I got hits on radar.
Abort repairs. Get on it, Regal Lance.
It won't let me. Autopilot's engaged and it's taking me into the bay. The armor's red. Let's see if we can patch a communication. Oh, shoot. Come on, come on. Oh, God. Can't believe there's not an abort button for this sort of thing.
I know you mean well in your hearts, all of you do, but this is going nowhere. Your best bet now is just to lay down your weapons and call it a day.
Senor, what the hell is wrong with you? Look around, you are the only thing standing between us and victory here.
In the short run that may be true, but Tito, think about it. In the long run, this may not be the life that you want, but it's certainly a life that you can have.
Well, Colonel Jackson just went down. Who's this on the radio?
Is this Queen Ray?
Affirmative, this is her.
This is Sergeant Dyes. Do you not recognize me?
Sergeant Dyes? Are you in the attacking lance? What's going on? Did you turn on us?
I am a detained war criminal with experience behind the wheel of a giant robot. Look at the color of the bots. What do you think happened?
This is a liberation mission. We're here to get you out of here, senor.
You ain't here to liberate nothing. You don't got food, you don't got money, you don't got nothing.
Listen to you. You've been brainwashed by this crap they've been shoveling down your throat at this prison camp. All you've got to do, Sergeant Dies, is just power down that bot. I'm not getting a squawk from Sydney, senor. And nothing from the radio, I can't reach anything.
Y'all are just caught up in the now. All I gotta do is power down now, but what about tomorrow and the day after? I may not be on the team I want to be on, things may not have gone the way I want them to go, but tomorrow, I'm still gonna be here. And tomorrow, so is Oligopomart.
Tomorrow you're gonna be on Planet Riley busting your ass without even so much as a pat on the back.
Ray, Queen Ray, you surrender. Do what's good for your people. I'm one of your people, do what's good for us.
No. When a baby needs to be fed, it cries, and the mom has to listen. And I'm the mom, and the planet is crying.
Oh, don't give me that, murderer! And you think I'm brainwashed? Peyton, what do you want? You want to be some lapdog to some deluded queen? Power down.
I would rather die with a smug sense of self-satisfaction than kowtow to Oligopomart. This is your last chance, Sergeant Dies. Your lance is gone.
Well, then I guess none of us have a future.
Come on, Sergeant Dies. You don't have to do this. I can tell they've been kicking you, but you gotta ask for power, senor. That's how you get it. You gotta demand it. You can't just give in and live like this.
I'm sorry, Tito. Target eliminated.
Well, we've got recovery teams en route. We'll see who made it and who didn't. The good news is, this place is shut down. We're not gonna have a repeat of this kind of situation. Man, you gotta wonder how many political dissidents go in one way and come out another. If you beat a dog for long enough, sooner or later it loses the willpower to run away. Stay put, Regal Lance. We'll be there soon.